over how much a year on military mental health. I know that the military needs some sort of help to get them out of the situations, but obviously revamping the organizational strategies of the military and some of the peer pressure groupings that go on and some of the froshing and whatnot that do go on and cause people to leave the military or become silent or just shut themselves out of themselves to not out of their light, to not have to suffer and suffer their family and suffer their groupings under God, suffer their ancestors and the spirits of their ancestors and turn them into a block and just keep going after having been abused and raped and badgered and belittled. Obviously that will create mental tensions. And obviously when you're far away from home and in a situation where anyone could shoot you at any time, including friendly fire, it's a little bit easier for any one person, not necessarily a commanding officer, to threaten another person. And obviously the things that you see that could happen to your family, because military is always going to be an extension of mob, because you can only control to a point, to a degree, who gets into the military and who rises through the ranks. Because there's always the person, like it's like in any job, some nurses prefer to stay nurses or RNs, and some prefer to specialize, and teachers, some prefer to be administration, and some just prefer to keep teaching. Same thing with soldiers. And sometimes the more driven you are, or the more expectations or things you have to go through to become the kind of person who can rule or run over a group of people or lead them properly, some people just don't want to have to hobnob with the other people that you have to go through or go with to get there. But perhaps if some of the behind-the-scenes things were cleaned up, they wouldn't need to put the Band-Aids on after, and they still could, of course, put money into mental health and emotional health and spiritual health, but perhaps not as an afterthought. And I'm just sickened. And then, of course, they're going to have to check to see if it's a bunch of people who are military connected, who they're going to be hiring to do these jobs also, because some of them degreed up on the way, waiting for these the people who cause the trauma to be able to come in and cure it later. Injecting something into, like our water bottles that don't have caps that seal anymore. Putting something into our water and over a period of time while they're off getting this new degree, we'll all get sick with whatever this is and we won't know, and they'll come out and pretend to cure us or spend years just, treating us. It just goes on, and then where do the psychologists come from? And has anybody ever checked to see what measures are really taken in treating someone with stress disorder or mental disorder to just see if it's effective or what it is that they do, or if the actual doctor who's there is in control of the situation, or if a military walk-on or a foreign superpower walk-on sets it up so that somewhere else, even some young person who wants something takes both sides.